This video is a follow-up to a pattern tutorial where I shared how to create the sewing patterns for an off-shoulder blazer dress that has a fluted or flare sleeve. So if you haven't seen that already, I'm going to link it up here. Please watch that first before you come back and watch this one, because in this particular video I share how to cut and stitch everything together, and at the end of the video you see the final outcome on me at the photo shoot, as well as some photos. Now if you'd like to see how I stitch this dress, make sure to keep on watching. Let me know if you do recreate this. Don't forget to tag me on social media at Kimdave Designs. I would love to see your stunning recreations so we can celebrate each other's wins online. Okay, let's get straight into stitching this dress and putting it together. I'm going to be cutting out the dress using the patterns I created from the sewing tutorial. This I'm going to link on the screen and down below so you get a better sense of where these sewing patterns came from, and I made them from scratch using my body measurement. They already have the seam allowance and hem allowance included, so I know I can just cut straight onto my fabric. Don't forget to cut your notches, especially if you're making a dress that has a lot of panels. Notches will help you match up pieces correctly without any guessing. Now for the lining, I'm using the same patterns. The difference is I just folded up the hem allowance so the lining is shorter than the main dress when I'm going to stitch up the hemline. These are all of the pieces I ended up cutting. I use this soft cotton twill fabric in beige. It feels like a suiting fabric, so it's like a material that is perfect for tailoring garments. Now this on the mid front, I'm actually going to be fusing with some interfacing because I want that part of the dress to really have a nice structure and body. So this I'm going to fuse with some interfacing on the wrong side of the fabric. I have placed this on my ironing board and I'm going to just put some interfacing. This is the type that I'm just going to iron on over, and the glue on one side melts once it's subjected to heat, and that just sort of sticks to the wrong side of the fabric. Once I was done doing that, these are all of the pieces for the main outer shell of the dress. We have the mid front that has interfacing, the side front, and then the back pieces. These I'm going to be connecting together so I have like an outer piece that I can try on, fit on my body to see if everything is coming together nicely. Okay, quick fitting before I continue. This is what the dress looks like on. I'm actually happy with the length. I'm glad I didn't go any longer, else it would have looked I don't know, I think it would have looked as nice. This is what it looks like from the side. It looks a little bit loose, especially around that back waist. That back waist, it looks like I could definitely take away like another ½ inch so everything is smooth, because on the front is more or less nice and smooth. I'm also a bit worried if the neckline will be able to hold itself up without any boning or elastic situation. So I'm thinking on top of the sleeve I might add an elastic that secures the entire neckline and holds everything in place, because you see it's doing this thing, like I feel like if I lift up my hand and put it down, the dress will just slip down. So it's either fixing an elastic or adding a boning to keep the neckline like flat on the body. But the fit is not bad. This actually looks really pretty. It's just a little bit loose around the waist and the back, so I think I'll just take away just a little bit, and it's true these the seams on the dart, these ones here, I'll just take away a little bit from here on both sides, and I think it should be a much nicer finish after that. Off camera, I've gone ahead to stitch away the excess through these two seams on the center back edge. After fitting it on my body and decided that it was a little bit loose, I did this on the main dress and on the lining pieces, which I have stitched together in the same manner. I'm going to go in here to work on my sleeves, and my sleeves are folded right sides facing each other, and I'm going to be sewing up the side seams of the left and the right sleeve. This I'm going to be sewing on a 1 centimeter seam allowance because that's how much seam allowance that my sewing pattern had. After that, I'm going to take this to my overlocker to overlock the seam allowance as well as the hemline of the sleeve. These are what the sleeves are looking like. The next thing I'm going to do is to use a complementary colored bias tape to finish the top edge of the sleeve. This is going to help me finish that edge and I don't have to think about lining afterwards. I went off camera to cut some elastic, the slim one, and the elastic is shorter by 2 inches compared to the length of that top sleeve edge. After stitching the elastic in like this, I'm going to fold it against itself so I don't have the elastic visible from the wrong side of the dress while I have it on. So I'm just going ahead and stitching it in such a way that I'm pulling until everything is folded and stitched nicely on this side of the sleeve. I repeated the same thing on the other side before going in to fold and sew the sleeve hemline. I don't plan to line the sleeve, but you can actually add lining to yours if you don't want to do this hemming for your sleeve. Now I'm going to go ahead to finish off the neckline of my main dress, and what I'm doing here is putting right sides together of my lining and my outer dress, and I'm going to be sewing up the center front edge along the front neckline and along the back neckline, leaving the armhole open because that is where I'm going to be fixing my sleeve. This I'm just sewing on a 1 centimeter seam allowance, ensuring that I have even seam allowance across all of the seams. And once I was done doing that, I know I can go ahead and insert the sleeve on the opening that I've left on that arm curve. This is a great way to fix sleeves if you don't want to have the seam visible on the inside of your garment. And I'm just passing this side of the sleeve into the arm opening like so, and then I'm matching side seam to side seam, front edge to front, back to back, ensuring notches align. And I'm just adding some pins here. I'm pinning it to the main outer dress first to ensure that everything aligns in a way that I'm happy with before I go in to match it with the lining. The aim here is to sandwich the sleeve between the lining and the outer dress along that arm curve, which I'm going to be sewing on a 1 centimeter seam allowance. After sewing one side, I'm going to repeat the same step on the other sleeve to fit into the other side of the dress. For the hemline, I'm folding it in such a way that I'm matching both edges of the lining to the main outer shell. Yes, the outer piece is longer than the lining, and we're going to finish off the corners in a way that it lays flat. But first, I'm going to be sewing up the lining, leaving a hole like this to allow me turn the dress inside out. And when I'm done stitching it, I'm going to go in and fold this corner upwards like this and sew it flat. First up, joining the lining to the outer shell on a 1 centimeter seam allowance, not forgetting to leave an opening that is about 3 to 4 inches wide, so that allows me to turn the dress inside out. Then I'm going to go to those front corners and stitch it like this. That way, that side of the dress lays flat and smooth on the body. Now I'm going to just trim down the corners so I have 9 sharp corners on the front of my dress before going ahead to turn the piece inside out. After giving my dress a press to relax all of the stitching, I'm going to be hand sewing that opening that I left along the hemline, and this I'm just doing by hand using a matching color of thread. It takes a bit of time to do this, but it's totally worth it because it just makes for a very professional finish and you don't see any seams along the hemline of the dress. This you can use as a technique to finish coats, jackets, pants if you are hemming it in a similar manner. The final step is to add the buttonholes and the buttons, and I've marked the buttonholes on this side of the dress. I want the buttonholes to sit vertically like this, and then I'm going to stitch the buttons on the other side. I have a separate dedicated tutorial showing how to use a domestic machine to stitch buttonholes like I am doing here. It's really easy, really straightforward, and you just adjust based on the size of your buttons. On the other side of the front of my dress, I'm just going in to stitch in the buttons to finish everything up. Once all the buttons were stitched, I cut open the buttonholes, and this is what the finished off shoulder blazer dress looks like. It is really cute, really short, but it just made me feel so pretty, super girly. And I've also styled it with a pair of trousers on a day that I didn't just feel like wearing the dress on its own, and it looked really, really cool. I think it would style really well over a white button-up shirt as well. I think that would make a really nice preppy look. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this project. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the journey. I'm going to link the pattern tutorial if you haven't seen already. But until my next video, have a good morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are. Bye.